Okay. So y'all want me to pick back up right here with Steady Nash, or go to the videos that I'm showing of the incident? Let me see what the incident. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Okay. Y'all come on in, hitting the like button. Let me get this set back up. Oh man, this is wild. What he's saying. Okay, so let me play him.
Because they own paperwork just show that they lying. We catch the feds lying because they own paperwork just show that they lying. And get to the bottom part of this, because this is insane. And what's alleged out of here is even crazier. So affidavit in support of application for criminal complaint. Brittany Garcia, the special agent. She says she's a special agent with the FBI and worked with these cats since 2022. So she says, I have used various investigative techniques such as interviewing witnesses, interviewing defendants, conducting surveillance, and executing search, seizure, and arrest warrants in my federal investigations. I am familiar with how criminals use their cell phones, vehicles, and social media accounts to facilitate the commission of these type of offenses. And she says this affidavit is based on my personal knowledge as well as information provided to me by other law enforcement officers and other individuals who have participated in investigations. So it goes on to say, based on the facts set forth below, there's probable cause to believe that on or about January 10, 2026, in the Northern District of Texas and elsewhere, the following individuals violated 18 U.S.C. 1201 A and C by knowingly combining, conspiring, and agreeing with other persons, known and unknown, to commit offenses against the United States, to wit, unlawfully seizing, confining, inveigling, decoying, kidnapping, abducting, or carrying away for ransom or reward any person. Then it goes on to name all of these cats. Probable cause. Overview of the kidnapping. On January 10th, 2026, at approximately 4:50 p.m., victims who will be referred to throughout the affidavit by their initials or collectively.
They went in his ear and took his earrings out. I screwed him.
How he know everything?
Before Gucci, before the shit was over with, Gucci said, he looked up and said, after he signed the papers and they made him sign the papers, he said, oh damn, y'all know this ain't how this shit go. We still gotta go to the lawyers. Motherfucker told me, man, you better shut your bitch ass up before a nigga shoot you on GP.
Was he there? Was he there?
Before Gucci, before the shit was over with, Gucci said, he looked up and said, after he signed the papers and they made him sign.
How is he always there, y'all?
Before the shit was over with, Gucci said, he looked up and said, after he signed the papers and they made him sign the papers, he said, oh damn, y'all know this ain't how this shit go. We still gotta go to the lawyers. And motherfucker told me, man, you better shut your bitch ass up before a nigga shoot you on GP.
Oh shit! Oh no!
Hey, listen, a motherfucker, this how bad they disrespected him, man. Man, they went in his ear and took his earrings out, unscrewed him.
No, what?
Man, treated him like a real hoe, unscrewed him.
They unscrewed the earrings.
Unscrewed the earrings, nigga.
So they took earrings, they took the wedding band off. Did Gucci take the wedding band off himself? Yeah, or did they rip it off his face? I'm wondering how physical they got with Gucci.
Hey, Gucci followed instructions real well under pressure.
I mean, shit, I would too.
Was he there?
Before the shit was over with, Gucci said, he looked up and said, after he signed the papers and they made him sign the papers, he said, oh damn, y'all know this ain't how this shit go. We still gotta go to the lawyers. And Motherfucker told him, man, you better shut your bitch ass up before a nigga shoot you on GP.
Oh shit! Oh no!
Hey, listen, a motherfucker, this how bad they disrespected him, man. Man, they went in his ear and took his earrings out, unscrewed him.
No, what?
Man, treated him like a real hoe, unscrewed him.
They unscrewed the earrings.
Unscrewed the earrings, nigga.
So they took earrings, they took the wedding band off.
So y'all see why I had in the other live why I had his name, why I had his name in the title. How he always know everything. Hey, Naturally Norlands. I'm sorry. K Sales, Janet, Reflections of Kimberly. Dorothy, I'm sorry. You was okay. Cynthia, hey, I done got caught up in it. Without even knowing this, I knew he was going to be there, right? Yeah, he happy. How he know? I'm trying to get to this other video that I hope I saved it.
Before the shit was over with, Gucci said, he looked up and said, after he signed the papers and they made him sign the papers, he said, damn, y'all know this ain't how this shit go. We still got to go to the lawyers. And motherfucker told him, man, you better shut your bitch ass up before a nigga shoot you on GP.
Oh shit! Oh no!
Hey, listen, a motherfucker, this how bad they disrespected him, man. Man, they went in his ear and took his earrings out, unscrewed him.
No, what?
Man, treated him like a real hoe, unscrewed him.
They unscrewed the earrings.
Unscrewed the earrings, nigga.
So they took earrings, they took the wedding band off. Did Gucci take the wedding band off himself?
Listen, boy, I tell you, men way more messy than women.
Gucci followed instructions real well under pressure.
I mean, shit, I would too.
Before the shit was over with, Gucci said, he looked up and said, after he signed the papers and they made him sign the papers, he said, damn, y'all know this ain't how this shit go. We still got to go to the lawyers. And motherfucker told him, man, you better shut your bitch ass up before a nigga shoot you on GP.
Oh shit! Oh no!
Hey, listen, a motherfucker, this how bad they disrespected him, man. Man, they went in his ear and took his earrings out, unscrewed him.
Oh, so wait a minute.
Treated him like a real hoe, unscrewed
I thought they said, hold on, this
unscrewed the earrings, nigga.
He's so messy.
Earrings, they took the wedding band off. Did Gucci take the wedding band off?
I tried to tell y'all, and where he live now? In the D. He live in Dallas. He sure be knowing. Hold on, I just sent this to myself.
So this before Gucci, before the shoot.
Hold on. Yeah, he in Dallas. So I don't know. Hold on. Oh no, this is Fetty Wap. Okay, now I was finna say I saw something like this, but this is Fetty Wap.
They said this is BIG30.
Oh, now they playing. Yeah, now they playing. I was finna say they look like that other Lucci.
They said this is BIG30.
Let's finish this over here. Wow. They play too much. Let's look at this paperwork. But we see Govan know everything. Let's go.
Decoying, kidnapping, abducting, or carrying away for ransom or reward any person. Then it goes on to name all of these cats. Probable cause. Overview of the kidnapping. On January 10th, 2026, at approximately 4:50 p.m., victims who will be referred to throughout the affidavit by their initials or collectively as the victims, RD, which is Roderick Davis, that's Gucci Mane, MM, and BP, were kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint at a music studio located on Dallas Parkway in Dallas, Texas. This location is within the Dallas Division of the Northern District of Texas. At approximately 1 p.m. on January 10th, 2026, the victims flew into Dallas.
Absolutely,
Texas,
Kimberly. I've been trying to tell them.
Pay attention to that. Hereinafter referred to as CW. and other
Oh,
security
so
officers hereinafter
RD
referred to as
was
TD
head of
for a
security.
scheduled business meeting
RD.
between RD and suspect Williams Jr. Williams Jr. is a hip-hop artist known as Pooh Shiesty. All right, we go down and say Shiesty has been signed to a recording contract for RD's music label, 1017. So once again, y'all know who owns the label. Roderick Davis, 1017, Pooh Shiesty. Since approximately 2021, RD and Williams were scheduled to meet because Williams Jr. was upset with the terms of his contract and wished to be released from his contractual obligations. Williams Jr. had asked RD to come to Dallas on this date so they could meet about business. At approximately 1:45, CW and TD and the victims arrived at the scheduled meeting location, a music recording studio within a larger office building. When CW and TD and the victims entered the office building, they realized the recording studio owned by an individual, hereinafter referred to as JN, was closed. While they waited for the studio to open, the five went to a liquor store to purchase liquor, a plastic red Solo cups before returning to the studio. That QR code or that link in the description gonna take you to get $5 real quick just to get paid to play. What though? Play some games, get paid. Man, number 2 in the Apple Store, number 3 in the Google Play. 3 p.m. JN answered the phone and learned, I can get y'all $5. Williams Jr. father, Williams Sr., called JN multiple times on that day of the meeting at approximately 2:53 p.m. JN answered the phone and learned that Williams Sr. was attempting to book a recording studio that afternoon for Williams Jr. and RD to record music at around 3:15 p.m. JN opened the studio for RD, MEMPHIS, CW, and TD. Investigators later collected and reviewed surveillance video captured at another business located at the same office building on the same floor as the recording studio, which shows Williams Sr. outside of the office building at approximately 3:27 p.m. on January 10, 2026. Williams Sr. appears to be speaking with someone on his cell phone before entering the building at or around 3:28 p.m. And you can see the photos right here. We'll enlarge that for you guys so y'all can see right here. That's Pooh Shiesty's dad. So now we go on. It says at approximately 3:39 p.m., an employee of the studio arrived to assist with production. When the employee arrived, Williams' surveillance video captured at another business located at the same office building on the same floor as the recording studio, which shows Williams Sr. outside of the office building at approximately 3:27 p.m. on January 10, 2026. Williams Sr. appears to be speaking with someone on his cell phone before entering the building at or around 3:28 p.m. And you can see the photos right here. We'll enlarge that for you guys so y'all can see right here. That's Pooh Shiesty's dad. So now we go on. It says at approximately 3:39 p.m., an employee of the studio arrived to assist with production. When the employee arrived, Williams Jr. and Williams Sr. were standing at the back door of the office building, engaged in what appeared to be an argument over the phone. At approximately 3:43 p.m., Williams Jr., Williams Sr., Wright, Johnson, Waters, Rogers, Gibson, Glover, and McDaniel entered the east side of the office building. The target suspects walked through the lobby area of the office building before going inside the studio, left. One individual with a dreadlock hairstyle, later identified as Gibson, can be seen on video exiting the office building and shortly thereafter returning with a bag slung over his shoulder on the right. So as you can see right here, this is whoever the hell they're talking about. Then it says the 9 individuals entered the studio's control room where inside the victims were watching a football game. CW was positioned in the studio lobby while TD remained in the vehicle they arrived in. Depicted below are photographs of the studio lobby, left studio control room, right and studio recording room, bottom taken from Dallas Police Department, DPD. Body camera and crime scene photographs captured on the night of the offense. The victims overheard Williams Jr. talking on his cell phone, potentially with a probation or parole officer, stating that his caseworker had given him permission to be out for rec time. From what the victims could hear, Williams Jr. was informed that was not the case and he needed to return immediately. Williams Jr. agreed. Williams Jr. was wearing an ankle monitor, leading the victims to believe that Williams Jr. was on house arrest. RD told Williams Jr. they could schedule the studio session, but Williams Jr. requested to speak with RD privately in the attached recording room. RD agreed, and they entered the recording room with Williams Jr. Williams Sr. and Wright, meanwhile, MM and BP remained in the control room with 6 other individuals and continued to watch the football game. BP offered to share the liquor they purchased with the target suspects, and at least 2 accepted. I don't know why I'm like kind of giddy to read this. My bad, y'all. Grabbing the red solo cups and making a drink. Inside the control room, Williams Jr. produced purported contract, termination, or release paperwork from a bag and told RD to sign. When RD declined, Williams Jr. became agitated, and the pair started to argue. MM and BP could see inside the recording room and initially believed RD and Williams Jr. to be discussing business, but as MM saw the conversation intensifying, he texted CW, who was still in the music studio's lobby. As an argument inside the recording room ensued, Williams Jr. instructed Wright to get his bag. Wright complied. Wright complied, leaving the recording room before returning with the bag. Williams Jr. then pulled what appeared to be a black-style AK pistol from the bag and pointed it at RD, demanding again that RD sign the contractual release paperwork. RD complied, signing the paperwork for Williams Jr., while Williams Sr. and Wright stood by RD. Was not allowed to leave the recording room while he was held at gunpoint by Williams Jr. Wright pulled out a cell phone and purported to record RD signing the paperwork while being forced to say that he released Williams Jr. from their contract. After the release was signed, Williams Jr. took RD's wedding ring, watch, earrings, and cash. After RD signed the contractual release paperwork, Williams Jr. provided the paperwork to Williams Sr. and asked him if the paperwork was good. Williams Sr. advised that the paperwork needed to be dated, so Williams Jr. then forced RD to add a date next to his signature. Subscribe, turn on that bell to stay notified, and share to keep your people aware. There is so much more to go. I know it's a long video, but this the video that y'all know y'all want me to read the damn paperwork on. So let's finish it. Roll it. BP further identified an individual he knew as
Shout out to
Slime
I said it, Nash.
later identified as Johnson, as being involved in the kidnapping and robbery, and that during the control room's robberies, Johnson possessed a firearm and held BP and others at gunpoint. Both MM and BP identified an individual they knew as KD, later identified as Waters, as also being involved in the kidnapping and robbery, possessing a firearm and holding them at gunpoint. MM was choked from behind to the point of nearly losing consciousness during the kidnapping and robbery, resulting in scratches on his neck and wrists below. MM was robbed of his Rolex watch, a Louis Vuitton bag containing multiple other high-dollar watches, Apple AirPod headphones, and his wallet at gunpoint by Glover. MM confirmed his Louis Vuitton bag, AirPods, and wallet each had an Apple AirTag, a location tracking device attached. Got him. As the altercation inside the control room ensued, Wright walked over to the studio door to the lobby, closed it, and blocked it with his body, preventing the victims from leaving. CW and TD, the victim's security guards, watched Wright barricade the door and attempted to force their way into the control room, but were prevented from entering. With handguns drawn, CW and TD managed to partially open the door, but recognized that they were outnumbered by the armed target suspects. RD was pushed onto the couch into the control room, causing the victims to believe they were going to be executed. Williams Jr. placed the barrel of the firearm to the back of BP's head and ordered him and RD to leave the control room and the studio through the west entrance of the office building. RD then instructed CW and TD to escort them to their vehicle. As the victims left, MM turned to Williams Jr. and asked him if they were really taking his watches. Based on later recovered surveillance footage, the target suspects left the studio and office building through the east entrance at approximately 4:48 p.m. So as y'all can see, this is these cats leaving, all ski masked up and shit. Exterior.
Oh, hold on.
Surveillance videos recovered from a neighborhood building showed a white Buick Enclave, a black Dodge Charger Hellcat, and a black Dodge Ram with a distinct roll bar affixed to the bed of the entrance at approximately 4:48 p.m. So as y'all can see, this is these cats leaving, all ski masked up and shit. Exterior surveillance videos recovered from a neighborhood building showed a white Buick Enclave, a black Dodge Charger Hellcat, and a black Dodge Ram with a distinct roll bar affixed to the bed of the trunk, traveling northbound shortly after the exterior footage. We already got that part done. Sorry, I had to take a call. So y'all can see these are the vehicles leaving. According to law enforcement databases, Wright's father, also named Rodney Wright, owns the 2020 Dodge Charger Hellcat bearing the Tennessee license plate. So that's how they got them for that. They go on to say all of this shit basically. Well, we'll just read it. Forget it. License plate readers basically got all of that stuff during the relevant time period. In particular, a 2:18 p.m. scan on January 10th, 2026 captured the Charger following in close proximity to a black Dodge Ram bearing Arkansas license plate. The Dodge Ram appears to have same distinct roll bars as the Dodge Ram captured on surveillance video near the offense location later that afternoon. LPR scans around 5:04 p.m. on January 10th, 2026 placed the Charger traveling in close proximity to a white Buick Enclave bearing Texas license plate. The Enclave returns with Hertz Rental as its registered owner. On or about January 14, investigators subpoenaed the Hertz Corporation. Basically, they got the car and then found out that Williams Sr. was the person who rented it on December 29, 2025, with a return date of January 11, 2026, which is insane. The records further revealed the Enclave was still rented to Williams Sr. at the time of the January 10, 2026 kidnapping and robbery. Location information provided by Hertz in response to a search warrant. We go on to say Williams is currently serving a 63-month sentence. So it goes on basically to talk about how Pooh basically was serving the 63 months for his old crime, and then it says Staples on the day of the offense at approximately 1:50 p.m. Williams Sr. was seen on video entering Staples. Basically, his rented Buick Enclave can be seen on surveillance video parking near the front. Basically, it's just telling cats that he went and printed the damn contract, right? So then cell phone records, that's going to show everybody that was there. You know what I mean? The records indicate Wright, Johnson, Waters, Rogers, and Gibson traveled together from Memphis, Tennessee to Dallas, Texas in the Dodge Charger Hellcat. So they go on to talk about all of this stuff on January 10th and how all of this crap basically went. So then it even talks about Williams being resided prior to, and this is what's so crazy about this shit, bro. And I'm going to break this in a little bit. I'm going to show you all the pictures of it. But Williams Sr., Williams Jr., Wright, Johnson, Waters, all these cats, the Dodge Charger Hellcat and Dodge Ram, are in the area of the Windrose Tower, a location Williams Jr. resided prior to moving into his new residence at 12 Cowboys Way in Frisco, Texas. They all traveled together to the area of offense location, arriving at approximately 3 p.m. The data from Williams Jr. electronic monitoring device and location information for the Buick Enclave aligned with the cell phone records. So they all go on to say that they got there to the area of the offense location, leaving at approximately 4:50 p.m. to the area of the Star in Frisco, Texas, arriving at approximately 5:07 p.m. Williams Jr., Williams Sr., right? All these cats, I'm not going to read all this stuff. Basically, it just goes on to say. So then on January 24, 2026, Flix North America, Inc., which owns Greyhound Bus Lines, responded to a subpoena with records documenting that on January 11, 2026, that these cats got on a Greyhound bus from Dallas to Memphis.
So is the AirTag
flights. It's not that expensive from Dallas to Memphis, but I think they probably was thinking like, bro, we can't put their faces on certain shit just in case. Anyway, cell phone records indicate on January 13th, Wright, Johnson, and Waters traveled together with the Dodge Ram from Dallas to Memphis, and then the Dodge Charger Hellcat was stolen from the Comfort Inn in the early mornings. In the early morning hours, that's some Dallas shit. So Dallas, y'all known for stealing cars too. Basically, bro, they said it was reported stolen by an individual at TA on January 13th, 2026 at approximately 1:04 p.m. shortly after Wright left the Dallas area, Comfort Inn. That goes on to say whatever the hell. And it just goes on to show BIG30 with his people all wearing this shit, checking in to all of this stuff. So they got these cats all on camera.
Hold on. Hold on. Y'all hit the like button. Boy, that camera. Got him.
1:04 p.m. shortly after Wright left the Dallas area, Comfort Inn. That goes on to say whatever the hell. And it just goes on to show BIG30 with his people all wearing this shit, checking in to all of this stuff. So they got these cats all on camera. On January
BIG30, you out of there, boo.
The AFIS Quality Latin prints lifted from the crime scene.
He out of there.
They got these cats all.
Look, big head, big eyed, big lip, potato chip. Oh, you out of here. Brr. Is that brr, brr? I mean,
On the show, BIG30. With his
they got him by name. Oh, they got the pictures of him by name in the paperwork.
the Dallas.
Oh,
area.
Dallas ain't
Don't forget,
playing with y'all.
That goes on to say whatever the hell, and it just
So, BIG30, Rodney Wright. Say my name, say my name.
goes on to show.
Corday. His name, Corday. His name wasn't in some of that paperwork before. Y'all hear, the young blood name wasn't in some of that straight drop stuff. That name shows sound familiar. But carry on, Auntie Fee.
with his people.
Kadarius Waters. I mean, they, baby. So you thought it was safe to take your mask off, so because you can't get in that hotel without with that mask on. They gonna be like, oh
All
hell
wearing
to
this
the no.
shit, checking in to
Terrence. Okay.
with his people.
That's Kadarius. Okay, now who?
All wearing this shit,
Who is the next
checking in
clown? Terrence Rogers.
to all of this stuff. So they got
Gibson.
these cats
Yeah, they got him.
all on camera. On January 16, 2026, the AFIS quality Latin prints lifted from the crime scene were run through AFIS the same day. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't waste no time.
DPD forensic fingerprint expert received hit notifications that the latent print from one red solo cup were identified as the left ring finger of Gibson. So this happened on January 16, 2026. And identification of the target suspects. So all this shit was already done. So y'all got to know that whoever told, which is going to be revealed soon, told way before a whole bunch of shit hit the internet. So MVP and RD all personally knew Williams Jr. by both his legal name and the name under.
Get it back in.
Verify this together count. And the individual
Is that what he said?
Matches Williams
Me? Is that?
Jr. MM and RD described. Now check this out. This is snitching. Right here. This ain't no made up paperwork or none of that shit. MM and RD describe Williams Jr. as wearing a black Nike brand Shiesty mask, black hooded shirt, and black pants during what? The offense. An online search of Williams Jr. matched the individual.
I thought they said a snitch is somebody who did a crime with you that gave you up to get a lighter sentence. I thought that it was who did the crime with you. Hold up. Cause see, these big ass, no, snitching is somebody who do a crime with you and give you up to the laws. A victim is not a snitch. Let me repeat. A victim is not a snitch. That's bullshit. No. No. Victims are not snitches. It is Pooh, Shiesty, BIG30, Kadarius, whatever, Carday. No, they would be snitches if they told, not the victims. No, boo-boo. Mm-mm. Oh, no. No. You put a gun to my head? You put a gun to my head. And they got an undercover cop. Well, not undercover. Off-duty cop. I got to. Oh, no. Victims are not snitches. Absolutely not.
Williams Jr. MM and RD described. Now check this out. This is snitching. Right here. This ain't no made up paperwork or none of that shit. MM and RD described Williams Jr. as wearing a
This big overgrown nigga, he crazy as hell.
Black hoodie shirt.
That snitch goes to Shiesty and BIG30.
An online search of Williams Jr. matched the individual depicted throughout, Pooh Shiesty. The victims identify Williams Sr.'s Instagram account as Mob Ties Global. Then guess what? Photographs on the account refer to Williams Sr. and Williams Jr. as father and son. Right. MM, BP, and RD all identify right. A well-known hip-hop artist known as BIG30 as present during the offense. MM and RD identify.
Right, but the victims are not snitches.
CEO BIG30, which is verified by Instagram.
The thugs.
The account contains photographs of Wright with Williams Jr. and Waters, and investigators located a Facebook account associated with Wright depicting him with Williams Jr. and Waters. MM and BP identified KD as a nickname for Waters, described him as Williams Jr.
They be trying to move the goalposts on stuff.
As a black hoodie with white stripes down the sleeves which matches an individual captured on surveillance video at the offense location. Investigators matched Waters' driver's license photograph to the individual depicted throughout KD375X. So y'all can see all of this shit. But yes, Gucci Mane snitched.
You're a lie.
He told.
Gucci Mane can't snitch. He's the victim. He wasn't a part of the crime.
And it goes on to basically...
Oh, you fat fuck, you a lie.
On surveillance footage from the offense location, the individual believed to be Rogers can be seen exiting the building carrying what appears to be the Louis Vuitton bag MM reported stolen on January 15, 2026. So he told him on January 15, 2026. Rogers posted a video showing him wearing a Rolex GMT Master 2 Rolex
Pooh Shiesty Daddy
brand that appears visually similar
Mob
to the
Ties
watch
Global.
from MM, who provided investigators with photographs of receipt and serial number from the stolen watch. Additional post, Damn Fool 375 shows Rogers wearing shoes similar.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't think I knew
that
they had a meeting. Who had a meeting?
With all of this shit, you shining. MM identified the Instagram user Twin CMO
and Seti Nash. He know what snitching is. He snitched on his brother. He snitched on his brother. The fuck, boy. Who had a meeting, Janet? Who had a meeting? Oh yeah, nah, he played too much for me. He realized snitch. He ain't no YouTube snitch. And I don't think they were the victims. I think they was, doing some shit they weren't supposed to be doing. And man, y'all changed the rules when y'all want to. All you over thugged out chumps are. And if that's the case, then why in the hell are you fucking with Govan, Seti Nash? You fuck with snitches. You done snitched on your brother, and he done snitched on the damn hood. He snitched on the Memphis hood, and he snitches in the Texas hood. Yeah, I said it. Snitches, y'all in the snitch boy crew. Pooh, Gucci, Pooh Daddy, and Gotti. I didn't hear what was the point of having a meeting? They were in Dallas. I mean, what are you talking about? Okay, remember they had a meeting here in Dallas. This is what I'm talking about. This is what Why they were arrested, Janet? Because of the meeting and the robbery that went on in Dallas. That's why he got arrested today, because they robbed him at this alleged meeting. It was an ambush. Yeah, so why did you put that there? That's what we're talking about. Yeah. Let me finish this so I can get on over to
shoot him during the offense. Investigators matched Glover's driver's license photograph to the
all
individual
that
depicted on the
snitch.
account, and Wright's criminal history revealed a prior arrest with Glover. So as you can see right here, January 11th, 2026, 9:30 a.m., a story featuring a large amount of cash, a Rolex visually similar to the stolen one from MM, and a location tag in Dallas, Texas. Why is this date important? January 11, 2026. Because right when Gucci Mane got his ass back home, he snitched. He told. Now, I was
The
told
guy
this
was
when I
a
got
cop.
home. Hey, bruh, man, you know, the police did all that telling and all that shit. Nah, Gucci, you told too. January 11, 2026, 6:12 p.m., a video showing individuals.
He had to tell. The police had evidence.
Of money.
Dumbass.
Watch, and you can see right here. January 17, 2026. They just not giving a damn, bruh. January 19th shows Glover wearing a necklace with a 1017.
So they snitched on their own self.
One stolen from BP. This is insane. These are the dumbest cats ever. BP identified an individual he knew as Baby Slime 375X as present during the offense, describing him as short, younger black male with a darker skin who wore a Shiesty mask and a beanie and held BP and others at gunpoint. A December 20, 2025 Instagram story posted by twin CMO tag Baby Slime. Memphis investigators identified Baby Slime as Corday Johnson from previous gang investigations. So yeah, bro, we'll just continue on. These are the same cats, bro. They just going through and they giving y'all letting y'all know where they go. And MM over here telling every goddamn thing, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, eyewitness, basically all this shit. Yeah. Eyewitness accounts state that that Williams Jr. brought RD into the recording studio and demanded the RD sign the release contract. Eyewitness accounts also placed Williams Jr., all of this shit and everything, but it just goes on to say exactly what the hell actually happened. So based on the facts set forth above, there's probable cause to believe that on January 10, 2026, District of Texas, all these cats conspired to and committed kidnapping in violation of 18 U.S.C. 1201A and C. Now, I'm going to give Gucci Mane this one out. The Fed paperwork can lie, for sure. But the Fed paperwork saying this early that you went through Instagram with them and you did all this shit, I'm curious. Young Thug, what you gonna say, little baby? Rollo, what you gonna say?
We gonna say that you a fat fuck who snitched on his brother.
Y'all gonna say wait. So that's what we'll do. We'll wait. If Pooh Shiesty takes the stand, if Pooh Shiesty fight this and they take it to trial and all that shit and everything, hey, we'll see.
Are not snitches. He did not do the crime with Pooh Shiesty. Why do you act like you are a narrative? See, you trying to create content by calling him a snitch. And you know good and damn well snitches are for the suspects who did the crime with you. Your partner was down. Y'all was all down like folks. Yeah. And neither one of them are going to snitch on each other. We talking about the kidnappers. They don't have nothing to do with the people who were kidnapped. Yeah, no. Don't put that label on victims. You know that. Snitches get, what you say? Get stitches. not victims. Victims get to go and tell it on y'all slow asses. And that's just what that is.
Snitching. That's ratting. It's the same shit that you
No,
did
it's not.
with goddamn Jesus.
I'm not going to let you put that on here. Okay, now it's time to switch gears because the boss in Houston, he's making them say it all. You know about Jay Prince? They wasn't in Houston, were they? The boss in Houston. You talking about dad, mob ties, mob boss, the mob boss. So Pooh Shiesty daddy is making them all say this. Yeah, Jay Prince is mob ties, not mob boss. Mob boss is the daddy who had what they were saying earlier was what AK was saying. Yo Gotti was in the mob boss, which is Pooh Shiesty's daddy ear. So don't mob ties and mob. I know they close, but we talking about. Oh man, it didn't show his face. God, dog. My boss is Pooh Shiesty's daddy, senior, who didn't want the music played and killed that girl. I will show you. Sound like somebody got the mob ties and the mob boss. Oh, let me. Yeah, no, I ain't. Hold on. Hold on. Because earlier today I was sent a video that started to kick me. Where's the video? Mud baby. Out the mud.
I got this shit out the mud, baby. Think I ain't got it on me, you must be crazy.
Oh no. Hold on. Oh, okay. I know. Okay. I get it. Pooh Shiesty daddy. Hold on.
Pooh Shiesty was one of the biggest rappers in the game before he got caught up in an alleged robbery and shooting that has him facing 8 years in prison. But before he ever recorded a track or caught a case, his own pops was making moves in the streets and started his own record label. Today, we're looking at the wild story of Memphis legend Mob Boss, aka Pooh Shiesty's dad. Let's
Mob Boss. Okay, so when I heard the word mob, it brought me to Mob Ties to Jay Prince and his son. Okay, so yeah, that's Mob Ties, but I didn't want to say his name. So this is his daddy who was with him in Dallas, who they were saying that Yo Gotti was in his ear about getting him signed over to CMG. But he also is the one who unalive that lady, that DJ in Memphis back in the day, for playing Yo Gotti's music and not his. So they unalived him. But this is Pooh Shiesty's dad. So what he said in his song, his first CD, coat or whatever, was his daddy, Mob Boss.
aka Pooh Shiesty's dad. Let's get right into it. Lontrell Williams Sr., aka Mob Boss, is a Memphis native from the south side of the city. Memphis is known for its food and music scene. Cities in America, the murder rate is 10 times higher than the national average, and in South Memphis, any day could be your last. The savage environment has ended a lot of lives too early, but it also birthed some of the most talented rappers ever,
There
like
you
Yo
go.
Gotti and Young Dolph. Mob Boss is one of those dudes who was born into a bad situation and did whatever he could to survive. Now, first-degree murder. Rebecca Glenn was a 24-year-old apartment woman named Marquita Thomas, used Rebecca's credit cards, then helped Andrews sell some of her stolen possessions on the street. And later, they was both charged with accessory after the fact to first-degree murder and forgery. Rebecca Glenn's murder was so brutal and tragic that it shocked the community. Stanley Andrews' sister couldn't believe what happened. She was the one who dropped him off at the apartment complex that night because he was drunk and wanted to see his girlfriend, who was allegedly in the building. Andrews' sister told Action News 5 that he called her from jail and told her what happened, saying, from what he said, the lady, I guess, went off on him or something for knocking on her door. So he just snapped or whatever. But if rumors are true, this wasn't a random attack, but a targeted hit. Andrew's sister said she was shocked by what her brother did and told Action News 5, I still don't understand. I'm still thinking it's a dream because I can never think this in a million years. But after he was
targeted
arrested,
hit.
he ain't act like someone who just snapped and killed a random woman. But refused to put on Mob Boss or any.
Don't this all sound familiar? Like I've been trying to say all day, that they didn't want me to get it out. They didn't want me to get it out. There go that Brandon cousin. Yeah. This is what I've been trying to say. It has a texture and a feel. They just don't want to put Yo Gotti up in here. Okay.
Yo Gotti on.
Here I go again. Here I go again, y'all. So when Yo Gotti and Big Jug tried to blackball Young Dolph and the radio wouldn't play his music or what have you, was, trying to stop. Yeah. Tried to stop it. Same thing. Yeah, we got to stop acting like we don't see that this is a repeat offender of the same type crimes. He has a pattern. Yo Gotti has a pattern with competition. Let's go.
Playing music from Yo Gotti on the radio, but refused to put on Mob Boss or anyone else from his label, Mob Ties Records. Mob Boss allegedly put a hit out on Glenn for the disrespect, but there's no real evidence to back these claims up. Yo Gotti was already a Memphis rap legend.
It started doing it again.
2021, that watching his dad go hard in the studio helped him get to where Pooh, Doug, ESTG, and Moneybag Yo, Gotti's become a certified legend. But back in the day, Mob Boss is rap legend. But running the CMG label took things to the next level. With a roster full of some of the game's hottest rappers like Mozzie, Pooh, Doug, ESTG, and Moneybag Yo, Gotti's become a certified legend. But back in the day, Mob Boss was trying to do the same thing with his Mob Ties label. Pooh Shiesty told Audio Mac in 2021 that watching his dad go hard in the studio helped him get to where he is today. Talking about Mob Boss, Shiesty said he was on a CEO P type of level. He had his own record label called Mob Ties Records. I saw how they gotta get ready to go do shows. I been knew about tour buses and all that, the tour life. I was real young around that time, around 8 through 10, but I was learning how the studio works. I learned where the booth at. One reason his career ain't blow up is that he couldn't stay out of trouble with the law. In 2006, he pled guilty to the accessory after the fact charge he caught in the Rebecca Glenn case and was sentenced to a year of supervised probation. It seemed like he caught a lucky break with the light sentence, but a year later, he was arrested again and charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm and several drug offenses. The story of what went down was later told during a 2009 probation revocation hearing. Detective Cottrell Robinson from the Memphis Police Department testified that he served a narcotic search warrant in July 2007. According to him, the apartment they were searching was a known drug spot that they had been monitoring for over a month. Here's what went down, according to his official testimony.
What year?
He was the first man through the door, and as he started up the stairs, he saw a man run from the apartment on the left to an apartment on the right spot that they had been monitoring for over a month. Here's what went down, according to his official testimony. Detective Cottrell Robinson from the Memphis Police Department testified that he served a narcotic search warrant in July 2007. According to him, the apartment they were searching was a known drug spot that they had been monitoring for over a month. Here's what went down, according to his official testimony. He was the first man through the door.
You too, thank you.
Up the stairs, he saw a man run from the apartment
night,
on the left
K-Sale.
to an apartment on the right. As he proceeded forward, he heard the sound of breaking glass and people saying, "Go, man, go." Then, a massive 75-pound pit bull came around the corner and charged at Cottrell. So he shot it 3 times and then retreated back into the apartment's kitchen. Cottrell knew someone was in the kitchen and told him to come out with their hands up. About 15 seconds later, Mob Boss came out and was put in cuffs. Then cops saw a broken window and a shoe that was left on the kitchen floor, which told them that someone had jumped out. When they searched the apartment, the cops found 12.5 grams of cocaine, 8 pounds of weed, 2 scales, ammo, equipment to cook crack, and a Smith & Wesson on the couch.
Okay.
They also found $10,000 in Mob Boss's pocket. During the hearing, Detective Robinson revealed that it was actually Mob Boss's cousin, Rico Johnson, who was named on a search warrant. According to him, both of them was under investigation, but Mob Boss just wasn't officially listed. Most rappers just put on a tough image and claim they made it out the trenches just to sell records. But Pooh Shiesty is the opposite of those guys. He really comes from a wild environment and saw his own dad get his hands dirty. That's how Shiesty caught a robbery charge at 11 years old and then his first assault case at 14. Mob Boss and him allegedly even caught a case together at some point, but it ain't clear exactly what happened. Mob Boss also allegedly has ties with the legendary Memphis drug kingpin, Ronnie Woods, who started the Memphis mob during the crack epidemic in the 80s.
The Woods? Oh, to go back into that. I see Govan all over that. Oh, this is that Govan era. This is that Craig Petty's era. This is that what's his name? Uncle Daddy with he had a nickname. Oh, I can't think of it. But yeah, so this goes back. This goes back to Auntie Linda and Lisa. What's her name? Mims. The Mims. They're the Mims sisters. The Bovans. The Woods. What's that Memphis dance and shit? You know. The Memphis shuffle. Shake, shake, shake. Do-wop, do-wop, boo-bop. Yeah. Let's go.
Exactly
The Bovan brothers.
Mob Boss also allegedly has ties with the legendary Memphis drug kingpin, Ronnie Woods, who started the Memphis mob during the crack epidemic in the 80s. Woods basically ran Memphis for decades, operating a massive drug trafficking ring, using car washes and nightclubs to clean the money. Throughout the late 90s and early 2000s, he owned a spot called the Martini Room, where rappers, pro athletes, and drug dealers all hung out and partied. And at one point, he even dated Steve Harvey's wife. In 2019, Woods, his two brothers, and 35 other alleged
Hey,
Memphis mob affiliates was all charged in a
Samad.
massive indictment. This ain't the first time Woods has faced a long sentence, but with his past crimes and rep as a drug lord, this could be the case that puts him away for good. Earlier indictment too, but that don't seem to be the case. Even if he ain't
Oh, Govan all up in this shop. I'm so sick of this mess. I am so sick of this mess. Oh my God. Let me back it up. I am so sick of this.
Recently sentenced to 63 months in prison, and this week, he got even more bad news. TMZ reported that when Shiesty eventually gets out, he'll be on supervised release for 3 years. That means he can't associate with any co-defendants or known gang members, and his parole officer can search him and his property to check for contraband anytime. He's also been ordered to go through a treatment program for drugs and alcohol. 5 years is a long time to be in jail, but Pooh Shiesty got off pretty easy. At one point, he was facing a life sentence. Then for a while, it looked like it could have been an 8-year sentence. Even though he's locked up, he just dropped his latest project, Shiesty Season Certified, with features from Gucci Mane, Lil Durk, Jack Harlow, and more. Mob Boss obviously had a huge impact on his son. Instead of immediately signing, means he can't associate with any code to be the case. Even if he ain't facing legal issues of his own, he still has to worry about his son. Pooh Shiesty was recently sentenced to 63 months in prison, and this week, he got even more bad news to be the case. Even if he ain't facing legal issues of his own, he still has to worry about his son. Pooh Shiesty was recently sentenced to 63 months in prison, and this week, he got even more bad news. TMZ reported that when Shiesty eventually gets out, he'll be on supervised release for 3 years. That means he can't associate with any co-defendants or known gang members, and his parole officer can search him and his property to check for contraband anytime. He's also been ordered to go through a treatment program for drugs and alcohol. 5 years is a long time to be in jail, but Pooh Shiesty got off pretty easy. At one point, he was facing a life sentence. Then for a while, it looked like it could have been an 8-year sentence. Even though he's locked up, he just dropped his latest project, Shiesty Season Certified, with features from Gucci Mane, Lil Durk, Jack Harlow, and more. Mob Boss obviously had a huge impact on his son. Instead of immediately signing with a big artist like Yo Gotti, Shiesty took a page out of his pop's book and started his own label, Chopper Gang Entertainment. The first time he went viral was from his feature on the Chopper Gang track, Breaking News, where he opens his verse up with, "Breaking news, I'm Shiesty, Pooh, taking shit what I do." Shiesty's gritty, raw style is what helped him blow up overnight, and the lifestyle Mob Boss handed down to him is what gave him the experiences he talks about in his music. He also shouts his dad out on the track Monday to Sunday, rapping, "Spin his block in the caddy, these F&N's black and plastic. Miss Gladys raised a savage, they said I shoot like my daddy." Unfortunately, the same things that made him famous is also what led to him getting locked up. He's also been ordered to go through a treatment program for drugs and alcohol. 5 years is a long time to be in jail, but Pooh Shiesty got off pretty easy. At one point, he was facing a life sentence. Then for a while, it looked like it could have been an 8-year sentence. Even though he's locked up, he just dropped his latest project, Shiesty Season Certified, with features from Gucci Mane, Lil Durk, Jack Harlow, and more. Mob Boss obviously had a huge impact on his son. Instead of immediately signing with a big artist like Yo Gotti, Shiesty took a page out of his pop's book and started his own label, Chopper Gang Entertainment. The first time he went viral was from his feature on the Chopper Gang track, Breaking News, where he opens his verse up with, "Breaking news, I'm Shiesty, Pooh, taking shit what I do." Shiesty's gritty, raw style is what helped him blow up overnight, and the lifestyle Mob Boss handed down to him is what gave him the experiences he talks about in his music. He also shouts his dad out on the track Monday to Sunday, rapping, "Spin his block in the caddy, these F&N's black and plastic. Miss Gladys raised a savage, they said I shoot like my daddy." Unfortunately, the same things that made him famous is also what led to him getting locked up. Mob Boss taught his son how to move in the streets and the studio, but that lifestyle always comes with risk, no matter how much support you have from family. Mob Boss is a dude who definitely lived up to his nickname, but now that his son is one of the hottest rappers in the game, hopefully he'll chill out and avoid any more legal trouble. Pooh Shiesty could be granted early release if he don't cause issues in jail. So
Oh,
maybe
no,
him and his
boo.
pops will be back together soon.
So he got out, hooked up with his son, hooked up, with Gotti. So now my ties and my boss is not the same. He done turned. Man, this just have a texture.
Just from Gucci Mane, Lil Durk, Jack Harlow, and more. Mob Boss obviously had a huge impact on his son. Instead of immediately signing with a big artist like Yo Gotti, Shiesty took a page out of his pop's book and started his own label, Chopper Gang Entertainment. The first time he went viral was from his feature on the Chopper Gang track, Breaking News, where he opens his verse up with, "Breaking news, I'm Shiesty, Pooh, taking shit what I do." Shiesty's gritty, raw style is what helped him blow up overnight. And the lifestyle Mob Boss handed down to him is what gave him the experiences he talks about in his music. He also shouts his dad out on the track Monday to Sunday, rapping, "Spin his block in the caddy, he's F&N's black and plastic. Miss Gladys raised a savage, they said I shoot like my daddy." Unfortunately, the same things that made him famous is also what led to him getting locked up. Mob Boss taught his son how to move in the streets and the studio, but that lifestyle always comes with
They in
risk,
trouble
no matter how
together,
much
y'all.
support you have from family. Mob Boss is a dude who definitely lived up to his nickname, but now that his son is one of the hottest rappers in the game, hopefully he'll chill out and avoid any more legal trouble. Pooh Shiesty could be granted early release if he don't cause issues in jail, so maybe him and his pop will be back together soon.
So what y'all think? They say he cooked.
Social media posts by defendants displaying what appears to be stolen property just in the days following the offense. Greyhound bus records confirming the
Greyhound bus. Oh, Pooh Shiesty, you should be better than that. Okay, so y'all listen. This did not work as it is supposed to again. So what I'm going to do is make this video just about Pooh Shiesty. I'm going to take Candace's name off of it. I'm so tired. Hold on. Y'all please hit the like button. Oh man, I had Bondi on here and everything. I didn't even have Pooh Shiesty name on this bad baby. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I'll be back kicking shit back. Yeah, I gotta take her name all off. This wasn't even. Mm. And I need to add her name. I need to set up another live. What time is it? 10. Oh my God. Hold up. Okay, so what I'm about to do. I'm still not giving it enough time to do what it's supposed to do. I gotta give her her own separate one because of all the Pooh Shiestiness on here, and I don't want to tie it up with this has been jacked up because they have tried to censor my live. All of them. And so it is what it is. I gotta do what I gotta do. So at least I'll be able to come back. I'll change the picture later. I'm finna set it up to roll over to Candace. And this time it's just Candace. It's no Pooh Shiesty. No Pooh Shiesty at all. I'm trying to set it up, y'all. I mean, no more Pooh Shiesty on this next live is what I'm trying to say. Because I don't have that much time. Oh my God. So y'all get ready for her to bust them again. Call out somebody and bust them before she goes out. I gotta get her in here because she's probably have a cliffhanger. Okay. I hope I cleared that up for you, who my boss is and all that good stuff. I am about to end, and let me go and have this over here like this, like that, like that, like that. I don't think I put any other stuff that's a, why when I do this, it always make me. Okay, it should be set up. They don't slow down the comments. Oh yeah, it ain't moving. Yeah, that's why I gotta get up out of, get out over here and set up another one because they've censored it. I don't know. So meet me over there, y'all. It's already up. Let me end it here.